So here it is, guys, the BFL on Lake Kerr, North Carolina Division 2023. And we're getting started bright and early at 6 a.m. Our check-in is at 2 o'clock. We are boat 5. And my practice was relegated to Nutbush Creek, where I had found fish in and around the brush. But that morning when I launched at J.C. Cooper Campground, I noticed on that point there was some topwater activity. So early in the morning, I decided to try to capitalize on that and went and fished a few points, throwing a topwater and a spinnerbait. Tell you what, if this cloud cover stays, we might have the shad spawn all day.
Yeah.
It could even get better in the afternoon, who knows? As the water temperature warms up. But we didn't get any positive results from that. So I went ahead and shifted gears and started running pockets with brush. And thankfully, was quickly rewarded with the first fish of the day on a spinnerbait. It's a little one.
Yeah.
No. You can still measure.
It's no big deal. Oh yeah.
You know, last night after we talked and I went to bed, I almost was like, man, I'm gonna scrap everything I got going on in Nutbush because 9 pounds ain't gonna cut a check.
Right.
And so part of me was like, just run all the way up there.
Yep.
So I recognized pretty early on that we were not going to have a tremendous amount of wind, and that was going to shorten that window for a good spinnerbait bite.
Sure.
And I did end up putting that spinnerbait down fairly early and get to flipping. And that change, I think, really helped me out throughout the day.
He's sitting there telling me not to be marking his spots on Norman. I'm like, bro, there is not a single secret on this lake whatsoever.
Oh, there.
Got him? For a second, I thought it was a crappie.
Crappy little fish.
That's a fish release violation.
2-minute penalty.
2-minute penalty. Got him? Yeah.
Nope. That's just biting you. Dude, it's 9 o'clock. We got 5 hours, man. And what did I say? An hour per fish.
Yep.
We're moving. Always check your line after you get tangled up on some brush. That's my advice for today. Oh, I should have checked my line after that. He's gonna jump here in a minute. So this was definitely a key fish. And just prior to this, and sadly off camera, I had caught another good one off of a laydown coming into this cut. So getting 2 back-to-back fish, quality fish, was really confidence building for me. And it allowed me to really settle down and just keep grinding.
Good fish. Good fish, man. He was way back here, huh?
Yeah. Way in the shade.
Good fish. Solid 3 1/4, 4.
Nice one. Look at that guy.
He hit you on the run out, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did.
Got another one.
I don't think he'll eat.
Nah, he ain't gonna make a team.
What is it, 14 or 12?
14.
It is 14.
Yep.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Another? A little bit, net?
No, I got it, but it's keeper.
Get him.
Sorry.
Woo! There you go, bud. Had him all the time. Because he always eats.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a really good one. He did not taste the bait.
Got it?
It's not a good one. God, he made a big splash though, and
Yeah, I heard it.
unless there was another one with it. Well, guys, that's a wrap for the BFL on Kerr Lake. Happy to say, my tournament went well. I did finish in 21st place out of the money, but still up there. My final weight was 11 pounds 13 ounces. Now, sadly, there's quite a few fish catches that were missed on camera, and that's my fault. My larger SD card was not working, so I had to use a smaller one. So I was doing a lot of starting and stopping of the camera just to kind of save space, and inadvertently forgot to start the camera a few times. So I missed a few fish catches, and towards the end we just ran out of space. So a few missed opportunities were lost on camera, but that's just the way of electronics and all that good stuff. So aside from that, the tournament went really well. My co-angler was fun. We talked the whole time, laughed the whole time. I felt bad for him because he didn't end up connecting with any fish during the tournament. So as you saw in the beginning of the event, I actually started off on points, and the reason I did that was because when I launched my boat at JC Cooper campground, there was a shad spawn going on that point. So early in the morning, I went ahead and ran a few points just to see if that was going to play, and ultimately it did not. But once I got back on the brush, I found a few spots where the shad were spawning on the brush, and I was able to capitalize on a couple spinnerbait fish, caught a few, and that kind of just settled me down. And when that spinnerbait bite died for me, I picked up a creature bait and went to flipping, and was able to call out those spinnerbait fish, and eventually move my way up to 11 pounds 13 ounces. Now it wasn't all that spectacular. I do think I could have done better running that same pattern up north, but I didn't practice there, and everything's more clear in retrospect, as they say. So guys, all the fish that I ended up weighing in, I caught on a new creature bait, and I'll just show it to you here. This is called the Speed Demon. It is not out yet. It will not be out this year, but it is a bait that I've been working on to essentially kind of fill a gap in our lineup. We needed something a little bit more finessey, something along the lines of a speed crawl or a zoom brush hog. So if you were to basically take a brush hog, a speed crawl, and let's say a Jean LaRue biffle bug, and you were to mate them in a soft plastic orgy, you would end up with what we call the Speed Demon. And this thing is amazing. Like, you throw it on a 1/16 ounce pegged weight, and these claws will activate the same way they will on a 1/2 ounce weight. The claws move very easily, and it is a fantastic, subtle, finessey creature bait. And it's got a little bit more body than your baby brush hog, or even your speed crawl. And that's just to give it more life so you can catch more than one fish on it. It does have that kind of bulbous head area that we kind of created on the Cyclone that basically allow you to hide your hook tip in there. It's just a great place to kind of text pose it in there. But man, I tell you what, I mean, this is basically the finished product here. I'm pretty happy with this final prototype. And I really couldn't be happier with it. So that's something new to look forward to from us. Sadly though, we're a small company, so coming out with new products requires a lot of capital that we just don't have. So this is probably going to be a 2024 product, but definitely looking forward to its official release, and I hope you guys are too. That's all I got. So we're going to be heading into the High Rock event, which is going to be in the dead of summer here in June. I sadly have not spent much time on High Rock during that period of time, but we're going to go ahead and get out of our comfort zone and maybe explore some offshore structure and go looking for those deeper fish and see if we can get on something. So it should be an adventure, and hopefully you guys join us along the way. So we'll see you next time out on the water, guys. Take care.